clean up in Konotop, a small town in northern Ukraine's Sumy region, reeling from the aftermath of a Russian drone strike. Rescue workers and local volunteers are here helping to shift the detritus of destruction wrought by at least 8 Shahed drones. Mangled parts of what was someone's home carried to the roadside in a bag once used to carry Christmas decorations. At least 14 were injured in these attacks, including a child.
This is a common practice of our enemy to create fear and panic. They hit civilian infrastructure and people. They want us to break down. They want us to surrender. And they want to sign a deal with us on their terms, on their conditions, on the condition that we surrender. But this will not happen. Never.
Locals told us the likely target of these attacks, however, was not civilians, but rather an electricity station just a couple of 100 meters away. It sustained even heavier damage, destroying its power generating capabilities, which cut supply to much of the town. The increasing number of Russian drone and missile attacks have largely targeted Ukrainian infrastructure, and in particular power stations, which is going to be vital for the country ahead of what is normally a very, very cold winter in this part of the world. But for the civilians that live in these border towns and regions, they are living through a terrifying and increasingly desperate situation. Alexander Mikolaevich lives opposite the power station and was home when the attack happened. He told us of the terror that comes with not knowing where the bombs might fall. Though he wouldn't say it on camera, he didn't have time to realise what happened after the first one dropped. By the time the fourth drone landed just meters away, he believed he would be next. Sumy has witnessed a huge uptick in air attacks over the last month, ever since Ukraine's surprise offensive captured large parts of Russian territory in Kursk, just 50 kilometers away. Even though Ukraine is approaching 1,000 days of its war with Russia, few have come to terms with living through this terror. We were shown inside what was the home of a 92-year-old woman, her neighbours there to help sweep and clear away what little was left, while she lay in a hospital nearby. She had been lying in this bed, Natalia says, when the drones hit a floor above her, wrenching plaster from the ceiling and spewing glass inside. Miraculously, she survived.
It's really hard, especially as I'm working in a school as a teacher of young kids. That's why we have to get these children into shelters really quickly. And sometimes it happens when the air raid sirens are late, especially with the really young ones.
Some of those that live in this building told us they blamed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for what had happened. Others said Vladimir Putin and Russia were clearly the ones responsible. No one said they would leave. While some in Sumy and elsewhere in Ukraine are evacuating places like this, for many there is nowhere else to go. This is their country and their home. Joel Flynn, TRT World, in Konotop in Ukraine.